Are you ready to fight for what you want? Are you at the stage where you literally are about to give up because you are not seeing the movement that you want from your specific person? Are you not getting the messages that you want, or that follow through that you want from them, that commitment from them? If it is becoming all encompassing and you are now at the stage where you just want to give up and you want to throw in the towel because it just seems too impossible, then stay tuned, because in today's video, I am going to share why you are feeling this way, so you can keep moving forward to manifesting your specific person to be the only one they have their mind set on, to know that it was you, that it was always you and still you that they have ever wanted. And so you never give up on your desires again. Before I go into all of that, everybody, hello, I'm Natalie. For those of you that are coming back, welcome. For those of you that are new, it's super lovely to have you here. Welcome to my channel. I am a neurotransformation therapy practitioner and a manifestation coach, an intuitive manifestation coach. And my channel, As a Penny's Drop, is all about guiding you to heal from your past traumas, to release and free you from your subconscious, deep-rooted limiting beliefs, and from those conscious beliefs that are controlling the trajectory of your life and blocking you from you experiencing your deepest, most heartfelt desires. So if you would like to find out more about me, or about the variety of coaching solutions that I do offer, and or to be a part of the Badass Manifestor community, which is a YouTube members only channel with 17 months of unseen content from me, then everything that I've just mentioned can be found clicking the links below this video in the description box. And if you have any questions about these coaching solutions, which ones would be right for you, then you can DM me on Insta, or you can email me at natalie@asthepenniesdrop.com. Okay, let's get to this video. So you think about giving up on them. You've done all the manifesting you can think of. And maybe you have even exhausted yourself from this too, with little to no movement. You're ready to move on, telling yourself it just wasn't meant to be. I want you to think about this for a moment. Is it that you are not seeing things, or is it you are being blocked by your ego from allowing yourself to see things? We can choose to see what we want, to see it the way we want to see it, but it can be very difficult to see what we want to see when the ego steps in and takes a hold. And this is why I have so many clients coming to me that see movement and then sabotage the movement from moving forwards, or from even getting any movement at all. You see, the ego will bring in conscious beliefs about you, about them, the past, if it is someone that you want back, or the past as in past relationships not working out for you. It is reminding you that you cannot have what you want. It's not safe for you to have what you want. It is impossible to have what you want. And then from a deeper perspective, those subconscious beliefs that have been embedded within you from childhood make you act, make you think, make you feel, behave in accordance to them, which, depending on what your childhood was like, will then take control of you to, unfortunately, then sabotage your manifestation from being fully realized. So let's say you have a pattern of people leaving you. Well, why do they leave? Is it because when you were a child, you were told that you can't have what you want, or you are not allowed to be happy, or that relationships are bad and toxic, or that they are not safe to be in, or you are not allowed to have the life of your dreams, that you are not one of those that are destined to shine? Your siblings are. You cannot outshine your siblings. You have to live the life the way that your parents want you to live, and not that way, or else you'll be punished or abandoned or left. So the ego will bring up all of this past evidence and thoughts, and it will align your actions and thoughts and feelings to those subconscious beliefs. So you are only seeing your outer world through this lens and then acting that way. It's the only way, because this is the program of the mind controlling you. The ego is controlling you from what you want. Embedded beliefs without your consent, based on your childhood, are taking over you and have taken over you and have taken control of you from you having the life that you want. Therefore, you end up unintentionally sabotaging your own success in life based on these, by how you show up in the world, how you see the world, as I said, is through this lens. So therefore, this is how you are shown the world is. It is a reflection of what is known, the conscious beliefs, and what is unknown, the subconscious beliefs. But all you know is right now, you are telling yourself, based on these beliefs and what the ego is controlling you with, that you cannot have what you want. And you'll be telling yourself in such a variety of different ways. So we have the choice to see what we want to see, but it is like a fog is placed over our eyes by the ego that blocks us from seeing what it is that we want to truly see, as opposed to what it wants us to see. When you work on yourself through self-concept work, healing work, and you choose to focus on the story, and you choose to focus on the outcome that you do want, being the one they have their mind set on, circumstances no longer matter. You know, when I was manifesting an ex in the past, you know, I would hear him say things like, I don't want you. I don't want to hear from you. He doesn't talk like that, but, you know. Now, I could have then taken that to mean that that was the truth. But in fact, it was the truth based on what my ego wanted me to hear, based on my deep beliefs. And all of those stories from my childhood that I was carrying around with me wherever I went, like a little suitcase, about what I can and cannot have in my life, how I can and cannot live my life, what I should and shouldn't accept. You know, I remember it being really difficult to hear those words from him. But instead of abandoning the idea of manifesting him, I chose to let go of the thoughts the ego was telling me about giving up and it being a waste of time. And I chose to take my power back and control of my mind and control of my thoughts. And I chose to continue manifesting and revising these responses from him, knowing that I was creating this in the first place unintentionally from my deep beliefs. So what I wanted was for us then to be back together. Now, this was a really long time ago now, but that was then what I wanted. You know, I was not going to let my old beliefs from my ego stop me from seeing what I wanted, you see. You know, from what I wanted to see, you know, I continued with this. And every time a block would come in, the way that what I would do is I would step over it. I'll say that again. Every time the block would come in, I would step over it by revising it and turning it around from every no to a yes, because that was what I wanted. This was then when I kept going, I got to be pursued. And then we got back together. Now, I chose not to listen or to see what the ego was showing me. I chose to revise it. Every no, as I said, turned into a yes. And what I was doing was slowly releasing the grip of the ego, the grip that the ego had over me. And I was taking my power back to align to the outcome that I wanted. And like I said, in time, he came back. Now, I chose to release those beliefs about myself of not being the one, not being the only one that he wanted, the one that he had his mind set on, that it was only me that he did want. I chose to let go of the old stories to create the new. And I've done this with my business too. When I was building my business and my ego was bringing me in people to tell me to go back to the corporate world, to give up on my business, I chose to remain faithful to the outcome that I wanted. And now I have a very successful multi-six-figure business following my passions, opening the hearts of thousands and thousands of people, maybe even millions of people globally, so that they can live a life that they love, deserve, and desire. I chose the outcome I wanted, and I was rewarded in ways for this that I could not have ever imagined then. But what if I had given up? What if I had given up on this dream, that I had allowed my ego then to win, and for my deep beliefs about me not being able to shine or to be successful or to have a life on my terms based from my childhood traumas and beliefs that were embedded without my consent within me? What if I had allowed those blocks to take over me? You see, the job here, guys, it's never done. The more we learn and heal, the more we are peeling back those layers of that onion to allow more happiness, more success, more love, more financial abundance to flow to us by no longer allowing the ego, those past conscious and subconscious beliefs, to dictate the trajectory of our lives. So when you choose to focus on what you do want, learning and growing, and then releasing these unwanted stories step by step, and these patterns and these beliefs, and you don't give up, anything is possible for you. Even, yes, them coming back, no matter what the circumstance currently is, because that circumstance is there because of the ego and the programmed mind controlling you. When you see this as a pattern of blocking yourself from your dreams, it is so much easier to be able to move forwards and towards your dream. You can then assume anything that you want in your favor, anything you want in your life and in your favor, or not in your favor. That's then your choice. But having the awareness that your ego will try to block you on this journey is key to your continued success, and having the impossible finally becoming possible for you. So maybe the ego is telling you, this is woo-woo shit. This shit doesn't work. It's a waste of time. Maybe the ego is telling you to give up because you are not the one that they want, and you'll never be the one that they want, and that you're just being delusional. Maybe the ego is telling you that you are never going to get what you want in life, so why bother? Maybe the ego is reflecting to you your dominant story in the eyes of friends, telling you, no, give it up, let them go, move on. They're not right for you. That's not right for you. This isn't right for you. Go back. Maybe your ego says, ain't no way they want you. You are never going to be enough for them, and you will never be. You're not smart enough. You're not enough. You're not rich enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not handsome enough. In fact, you don't have anything to offer them. That's why you're not the one that's chosen, which is why they left in the first place. They will never love you. They never loved you, and they'll never love you again, or for the first time, because you are an unlovable person. All of this is ego-driven. It's the ego, the program of the subconscious and the conscious beliefs that are controlling you, and it will continue to control you to block you from any desire you want. So when you learn to control it, and you do this by asking yourself this question, simply this: does that thought of me giving up make me feel good? Does that thought about me or them make me feel good? Is what is reflecting to me making me feel good about the situation or it being possible for me to have? If the answer is no, then ask yourself this: what signs can I see now that are bringing me closer to the outcome that I do want? Them committing to me being the only one for them, me being the one on their mind, the only one on their mind. For me to be able to get closer to this, that will then help me get into that living in the end state, the wish fulfilled state, as though they are already with me now. What are the signs? Maybe it's songs that you keep dismissing, but maybe it's songs and words in songs, specific songs that remind you of them. Allow yourself to see this as a sign. Maybe you see their name in songs. Maybe you hear their name mentioned. Maybe you see their name on a number plate. Maybe you have maybe they've messaged you a basic message, and you now see this as a sign that is all getting closer, and you can tell the story now that it is working, that there are enough signs now, knowing that it is working. Even them reaching out with a basic hey message is a sign they are thinking of you. And you can now tailor that to how you wish it to be, and to assume it how you wish it to be. And if it were me, it would be something along the lines of this: They can't stop thinking about me. I'm the only one on their mind. They're messaging me because I am the only one they have their mind set on and the only one they have ever wanted. That they cannot stop thinking about me or talking about me to their friends and family in such high regards. Maybe you see repeating numbers and they can mean whatever you want them to mean. So assume something positive, assume something amazing to elevate your internal vibration to align to it all working out for you. You know, maybe you are thinking about them a lot, then tell this story. It's because they are thinking about you, that you are thinking about them, and it is a thought transmission coming from them that they want you more than you know, that they miss you more than you know, that they think about you more than you know, that you're the only one that they want. You're the only one that they've ever want. And then you can say, they're coming back. It's all working. They're coming back to me. You know, maybe you see spiritual animals, use them as signs. If you choose to assume they are a positive sign, you know, whatever you assume to be true for you dominantly will harden into fact. It is a sign that you are in the same country as them, as the same country as that person, for example. It is the universe bringing us together, showing me that we are getting closer and closer to being back together, all for the first time. It is a sign positively. Or if you allow the ego in, you won't even see these as signs and you will block them and tell an unwanted negative story. And that will then be your dominant assumption. So what you assume to be true from a law of assumption perspective must harden into fact. It is law. And the more you do this, the more you can have loving, kind thoughts about them. And then just crack on with your life. Just get on with living your best life. You know, this is how we do it. And sometimes it can be so close, so incredibly close. And then this happens, boom, and our pattern creeps in. That is such a familiar, uncomfortable yet familiar pattern, so ingrained that you can't see it as a pattern, that then sabotages the manifestation from being fully realized. And this is where the ego has got hold of you again. And it's with those deeply rooted beliefs that you really cannot see them, like I said, for the wood and the trees. You know, these are the ones that are going to continue to sabotage your success in this area or in all areas of your life. No matter how successful you think you are right now, you are not living up to your full potential. And when these patterns are so hard to be seen, that's why being blind spotted by an expert to uncover these blocks and these patterns can finally set you free. Free yourself from any further hurt, any more setbacks, any more sabotaging. And finally, you can experience not just a healthy relationship with your specific person by overturning these now known unwanted beliefs, actions, and behaviors. You can finally live the life in all areas of your life, of your dreams. And you will not only excel in this, but all areas of your life. So when we learn that the ego is in the current driving seat, but through healing, through seeing your worth and value and love for yourself, for the life that you do want, by uncovering these subconscious blocks and patterns that are controlling you and overturning them to empowering beliefs, stopping any more of these patterns further from taking a hold of you. Now you know what they are. You give yourself the chance to finally have the best life and to experience your deepest, most heartfelt desires being fully realized, including you being the one your specific person has their mind set on, knowing that it was you and only you this entire time. What you desire desires you, and they desire you more. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you are struggling to control these negative thoughts, or you can't see what the patterns are that are blocking you from the love that you desire and the love that you deserve and the life that you deserve, then as I said, have a look at my coaching solutions. I do offer one-to-one coaching now too, to blind spot you, to uncover what these subconscious blocks are And if you would like to know more about the variety of my other coaching solutions, then all you need to do is click the links below this video. And if you have any questions about which one is right for you, you can DM me on Insta, or you can email me at natalie@asthepenniesdrop.com. There you go. That's it from me today, guys. As always, been an absolute pleasure. And guess what? I will be back very, very soon.